we'll be talking about the installation of all the software that is required for us. The first and foremost thing is any editor tool where you want to write your JavaScript code or Playwright code. With that, what will happen is basically you should be able to write your code there and you should be able to execute. I'm not sure if you are familiar with any of the tool, but we have Eclipse, we have VS Code, we have recently some of the AI tool has come into AI editor like Codex, Anti-Gravity, and we have VS Code and different other tools as well. So our requirement is with Playwright and JavaScript, it's recommended to use the VS Code. This is Visual Studio Code. So because these provide some extra benefit when compared to other editor that is available in the market. So we will see how to install the VS Code. We will set the path. We will install JavaScript and we will install the Node package and we will write one program. This is a basic necessity that is required for us to proceed further. So in order to do all this thing, in order to install all any software, what you have to do is go to any of the browser. It doesn't need to be Chrome, any browser. Go to the browser and just go to this particular page. I have this particular PPT available with me. I'll be sharing all the notes. Every notes will be shared. Everything I'll be sharing by end of the class, or maybe today's class details will be shared tomorrow, but I'll be sharing everything. Or if possible, I'll share everything at one go. So this part is about the installing part, where we'll be downloading the Node.Js first. So what basically you do, you people can do it parallelly, because I want you people to be available with all these things before tomorrow's class. So we go to the Node, just see download Node.js. Now, when you click on download Node.js, you'll go to the first page, first URL where it says download Node.js. Now here, in the download section, there are a lot many things displayed here. Everyone is on the window, or anyone is also on the Mac? We are all on a window device, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what you can do, you can go to the get Node.js, and in the drop down, you'll see there are a lot many available versions here. Like 26 is the current version, 25.9 is also the current version, 24.150 is the latest version. So it's always recommended to use the previous version than the current version. The reason is these are the beta version. So what basically happens here, whenever you'll be using these version, which is the latest current one, you might face some of the issues at the time of writing the code, because these are not recommended. So that is why it is recommended to use any version which is previous to the current version. So you'll be using this particular version. For now, it is 24.150. If you're installing, you will see the same thing. Then window is all right. You can ignore these part, Docker and npm. npm is Node Package Manager. Yarn is for Yarn, and pnpm is for Linux and Mac devices. So you will go to this particular thing, then you will click on the window installer. Once you click on the window installer, it will install the node. Just open the node and click on OK. And once you open it, you get the Node.js setup in this way. From here, you just have to do next. Nothing else you have to do. Just click on next. When you click on next, you don't have to read anything here. Just click on next and click on install. Once you click on install, it will be installing the Node.js, and we should be able to check the Node.js installation. So I would request you people to do it today in the session, so that if you have any problem during those time, we should be able to see it together. And once we are done with did you people start downloading the Node.js?
Yeah, started. Yes, Bhavin. started.
Okay. Once you're downloading, once you download it, let me know. It will take some time.
For me, it is asking custom setup. So do I need to select anything like Node.js runtime, core pack manager, npm pack manager, or just next?
Just next. Everything go
Okay.
next.
Okay.
Once you're done with the downloading part, you can just open the command prompt inside your application. Just type command prompt, and once you open the command prompt, you will see particular command prompt in this way. Here you can just put it as node hyphen hyphen version. Once you put it as a node hyphen version, it will display you the latest version of the node. Give a try for this, and if you have any issue, just let me know. Is it downloaded for everyone?
Yes, Robin, it's done from my.
Okay, and how about you?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yes.
Okay, so if you're, can you search with the node version? Do you see any version there?
Yes, for me it's showing v24.15.0.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ravi, is it completed for you?
Yeah, I'm checking.
Okay. Take your time. Meantime, we'll go forward. So if you have any issue, you can just connect in between. You can let me know. So the next
Yeah,
part is
yeah, it's completed.
it's displaying the current version, right?
Yeah, it's displaying.
Okay. All right. So we have installed the Node Package Manager, Node.js, and it has got the Node Package Manager installed by default. Now, if you search here, something called npm version, people can search with the npm version, and you will see there will be a version for 11 dot, like based on the latest version. When I install it was 11. For you people, it might be different. So just check with this one is if you're able to install or not, if you're able to see the version of npm or not.
Yeah, able to see it.
Yes, it's showing.
Okay. So here, one thing you need to understand, we have not installed anything about the NPM. We have only installed Node.js, but still NPM is installed automatically. That's what happened when you install the Node.js. The NPM is nothing but Node Package Manager. So it is automatically getting installed when we installed Node.js from the browser. So that's about the installation part of this one. And next, what we can do, we need a VS Code. So again, go to the similar browser and say download VS Code. VS Code is also called as Visual Studio Code. Actually, the name is Visual Studio, but people call in a short form as VS Code. So just go to the first one, Microsoft, click on download VS Code. And here you will see there is an option for window. And these are for Mac and Linux. Just click on the window installer, click on window, and it will start downloading the VS Code. Okay, so once the VS Code is installed, in the similar way, however you have done for the Node.js, just open the file. It will give you some pop-up. So for me, it is giving something like that. Setup has detected the Visual Code is currently running. So I will do one thing. I will just close this particular VS Code. This was from other batch that was taking class. So, all right. So here we'll click on the VS Code. Okay, so for me it is already installed. So I'm getting the issue like it is already running. You cannot install again. That's okay. That's fine. Ignore it. But can you people try to install the VS Code and see if you're getting any error?
Sure.
Usually for the institute, other institute, I don't wait for them to download all this thing because there will be lot many people and I don't give the personal attention to them. And I know when you are fresher, you might have lot many questions during the download itself, like what is NPM, what is Node.js, so all this thing. And that is why I wanted to have one session only for the downloading part and see if you are able to set up all the environment path and everything correctly or not. Just once you're done with the downloading of VS Code, let me know. I will show you how to set up the path then. You can mute yourself, Gaurav. Is it completed or any issue you are seeing in downloading the VS Code?
Completed.
How about others?
Yeah, completed.
It is still downloading at mine.
Okay, so Gaurav, you can let me know once it downloaded
Yes,
completely.
sure.
You just have to download it, nothing else.
Okay.
And once you download the VS Code, this is how your VS Code look like. You might see some welcome screen here or release notes, something like that. So it will have everything empty here. There will be nothing. Uh, Maybe in my left hand side, you'll see lot many things here, but probably you will have less things. You'll have this Explorer, search option, source control. So source control will be using for CI/CD pipeline. This is for debugging purpose. If you have any issues where you want to start the debugging, and debugger should start from this particular line of code. And this is the extension which we'll be using once in a while. And then these are different things that is for my personal use. You should be able to install or log in the GitHub Copilot. If you already have the GitHub account, well and good. If you don't have, in the session, we'll be seeing how to create an account. And once you're able to create the account, if you log in with the GitHub Copilot, basically whatever the code you will write, you should be able to push that directly to your GitHub. And this is about some other API testing, and this is about the Snowflake. All right. So Gaurav, Latashri, and Ravi, I hope VS Code installation is completed. Gaurav?
Yeah.
Yes, Ravi. It's done.
Okay. Now the next thing is we have to set the path inside our local system. If you don't set the environment path, the application will not run. It will not find that what is Node.js where it is present. So in order to set the path on your system, click on search. Here you'll be seeing there is search icon. Just click on search and type environment variable. So when you type on environment variable, it will say edit the system environment variable. Go to this particular place, do it along with me, and it will open the system properties here. In the system properties, you will see there is something called environment variables. Click on this. And when you click on the environment variables, you will see there are two boxes here. One is user variable for my particular user, and one is system variable. So you will not do anything inside the user variable. You'll be doing everything inside the system variable. So open the system, like when you open this environment variable, go inside the system variable. When you go inside the system variable, here, just click on new. When you click on new, it will open a new system variable here. I'm telling it again. Go to the environment variable. In your search command, search with the environment variable. It will open environment variable here. Click on this. You will have two variables. One is user variable, specific to my user. One is system variable, which is specific to the system. Anytime in the future, if someone asks you, where will you set the path for your VS Code or your editor? Is it inside the user variable or is it inside the system variable? Then you can say system variable. It won't be asked by inside the interview. This is not the interview question, but probably someone, maybe your colleague or someone can ask you, hey, I'm getting the issue, like I'm not able to set the variable. I have set the variable, but still the execution is not happening. So you can tell them, you might have set inside the user variable, but we need to set the path inside system variables. So in the system variable, click on new. It will open another pop-up. And here, it will ask for the variable path and then variable value. So the variable path and variable name and variable value. So the name, variable name, what you need to provide. This is a standard way of providing the name, variable name inside the environment path. It should start with node, capital Node, underscore home. And how will you take the variable path? So what you have to do basically is you need to go to your Node.js manager wherever you have downloaded. So for example, if you have downloaded the file, it might be inside your program file. So what basically I'll be doing, I'll go to my application, I'll go to my file manager, I'll go to local C, I'll go to program file. And in the program file, you will have to search with the node. there is something called node here. Open the node and then click on this particular line on the top. Go to your local C, go to program file, search wherever it is node is present. When you open the node, you will see all this detail like modules, core, node, and this thing, npm, everything. Forget about what are these. This is not even needed for us. On the top, wherever you see all these detail, just click on this particular box next to the node and copy this particular path, C program file and Node.js. When you copy this path, just get that path variable value here in the variable value and then click on OK. Once you click on OK, I already have the path set up, so I'm not clicking on OK. It will create duplicate path and probably create an issue at the time of running the code. So I'll just cancel this one. Once you create the variable path inside the system variable, you will be able to see something like this: node home, C program files / Node.js. This is the path where your Node.js is at the time of installation, where it is present inside your local system. Once you have provided the system variable path, you just have to click on OK. And then here also you have to click on OK. So have you all already provided the path? Let me know once you are done with the path providing. You should be able to.
Robin, for me, I'm not getting the new option on this system settings.
At the time of
The
providing
system variable.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Yeah, okay.
How about you, Lata and Ravi?
Yeah, I am able to select it.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Don't hesitate to ask any question, because if you don't ask the question, probably you will miss something. Whatever question you have, I expect you people to reach out anytime, you people to ask in the session, because by that way only you will be learning. If you don't ask the question, this is not like where we have 100 plus people. We only are 3 people here, 4 people. So don't be shy. Don't think what people will say. You can ask the basic silly question. Nobody will laugh. Nobody will make fun of that. And if you don't ask the basic question also, that's where you'll get stuck tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, Gaurav, can you show me the environment?
Visible?
Yes, I can see your screen. I can see the Gmail.
Okay. I can see the Gmail. No?
Still Gmail.
Okay.
I think you need to
While
share your
sharing the
screen.
screen, yes.
You need to share
I'm
screen, not
clicking
the
on
page.
entire screen. I'm not getting the share option enable. Choose what you want to share on Teams Live. So when I'm selecting entire screen, that share option is not clickable.
Yeah, in the entire screen, you have a
Yes.
single screen, right? You need to click on that screen. So when you click on entire screen, you'll see there is a single screen there.
Okay.
And you need to click on that particular screen,
Yes.
then the share will enable.
Now is it visible?
Yeah, I can see now.
Yeah. So this new option is not editable here.
Can you scroll down?
Yeah.
Just click on OK.
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, now again start this one.
Still same.
Okay. All right, we'll see this later.
Okay.
What was the issue? Probably post this course, you can just restart your system one time and we should be able to see if it is displaying correctly or not.
Okay. Fine. No issues.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have this problem? Lata and Ravi?
No, no any problems.
Okay. All right. So Gaurav, for now, can you just try to add that particular path inside the user variable?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Add the path inside the user variable and we'll see if it is working for you or not. Because that user variable will be applicable only for that particular user and it will not be applicable for entire system. So we'll see if it is working or not. And after post restart, we'll be seeing why it is not working.
Okay. What was the variable name?
It should be node
No.
underscore home. You can put anything, node underscore home or home path, something like that.
Yes, I've added. It is showing there. Node underscore home.
Okay. All right. So now what we have to do is, let me share my screen again. So we have done the setup of environment variable. We know the path is already set up. And once the path is set up, we have already verified in the command prompt that both the node and npm is working fine. There's no issue with the node and npm. So what we'll be doing next is we have to install the JavaScript. So far we have installed Node.Js, npm package manager. Node package manager is automatically installed with Node.js, and we have installed the VS Code. We got two things: the library is installed, the editor is installed. Now, which language we are working on? So we are working on the JavaScript. So what we have to do is for installing JavaScript, we don't have any extra plugins, any extra things to download from the browser. Just open the VS Code. You'll see your VS Code in the same way. Go to this particular file, go to this left-hand side. You might be seeing all this detail. Probably there will be few to you, but I have got lot many. So you will just click on the extension here. When you click on extension, you'll get a search icon here. In the search icon, search with JavaScript. When you search with JavaScript, you'll see list of results that it is finding related to the JavaScript. You don't have to do anything with all the things. There is something called JavaScript ES6 code snippet. Just click on this particular JavaScript part and you will see a button called install. Click on the install and it will install the JavaScript. Go to the left hand side, go to extension. In the search box, search with the JavaScript. Select the JavaScript ES6. It will open, it will give you the detail like what are these things. And here you'll see the install option. Just inside the detail, you can see JavaScript ES6 snippet. It's the extension of snippet for the VS Code editor. It's just talk about few things like what are the language supported, what are the type of file format supported. So have you installed this JavaScript? Is it completed?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Just once you complete, let me know. Okay. Now, if you once you install this, if you see these are the details it is providing. It's not needed for us to go through all this thing, but just a few things here. You see, there is something called supported language or file extension. So whenever we'll be writing any code, either in the JavaScript or in TypeScript or any language or in Playwright, we will have the file name. Each code that you write that particular code will go inside the file name. Now that particular file name will have the extension. Extension is nothing but the end line, end name of that particular file. It will be .js. It will be .ts. So TS is for TypeScript, JS is for JavaScript. We are currently seeing JavaScript playwright, but I will also explain you about the TypeScript and playwright in this session. So that end of the day, end of the session, when you go for the interview and if they ask you, have you only written code inside the JavaScript and playwright, then you should say no. I know the JavaScript, I also know the TypeScript part. So JavaScript and TypeScript, it is .js, .ts, and it will all, you can also create a file using .jsx, .tsx. This is for React, and basically these will be used by the developer. You can also put the extension as .html, .vue. For us, we are not too worried about all these things. We can only put it as .js or .ts. Now you might get a question that if I'm writing JavaScript, if I'm writing a program in JavaScript, can I put my file name as .ts TypeScript? Then yes, you can put it as a TypeScript, you can put it as a JavaScript. Both works in the same way. Why it works in the same way? When the execution start in the JavaScript, in the VS Code, what basically it does, it converts the JS file to TS for the first time. If it is written in TS, then it converts back to the JS. So you write with TS or JS, the executor will consider it in both the way. It will still convert the value from TypeScript to JavaScript, JavaScript to TypeScript to perform the execution. So this is about the file extension. We will see when we create a file, what is the actual file name and how the standard of the file name is followed inside the organization. And then we see a little bit about here. It says the importing of entire module from FS, import FS from FS. We will not be using during the JavaScript, this one, but we'll be using this when we go inside the playwright. And again, we will not be writing any line of code. We'll not be writing these particular things. You don't get confused that these are the code I have to write. No. Import FS from FS. This will not be writing. Automatically JavaScript will import this one. That's what the beauty of JavaScript ES6 version. Earlier it was different. If I remember correctly, if any one of you know the what we say C program or C++ program, you might have heard that during your college time. On the top of your program, when you start writing the program, you'll be writing import C from hashtag studio, all those things. Those things are not needed here. Everything will be automatically handled. And what else we have? This class helper. We are not bothered about all these things. We'll be using constructor. What is constructor? We'll be using class going forward. We'll also talk about the returns, and we will talk about the property name, value, the methods. But these are just for our understanding purpose. We will not be writing all the code like how the developer are writing, but these are good to know session, good to know things that we'll be covering. And apart from that, various method are present. We'll not be using anything from this one. Yeah, console is for the printing purpose. Forget about all this thing now. Just think that there is JavaScript ES6 code snippet, which you need to install, and these are the file extension. Now we have installed the JavaScript also. What we need to do now, the installation of JavaScript is completed. Now we need to open the file here. There are different ways. You can just go here and create the file and everything. The best way I will tell you, and the easiest way, and this is where people get confused, go to your file manager, open this particular file manager in your system, these particular things. Go to any folder. Don't go to local C and local D, all this. Go to any folder that you see here. This is the easy way. Go to picture, music, or videos, anywhere. So if I go to the music, go to music, click on the new, and click on the folder. I will create a folder and provide the name of the folder. So what will be the name? Basically, you can give anything, but give the meaningful name so that you will, whenever you see this particular folder, you'll get the idea what this folder is all about. So I will say learning JS May 06. So it is today's date. I am differentiating in this way because I will have to create different folders for other classes as well, because these are the classes that folder that is for the other session. So you can just put it as learning JavaScript or something like that, learning playwright, whatever you want to do, create in that way. So once you create this particular folder here, where it says learn.js new folder, just minimize this. Once you minimize, go to your VS Code. On the top left-hand corner, there is an icon called Files. Click on File. Go to VS Code. I'm repeating it multiple times. Go to Files. In the Files, there is something called Open Folder. When you click on Open Folder, it will take you to the File Manager. This is the File Manager, where you have created the folder you have created inside the music. Go to Music, and here the name of the folder that you have created, it will display all the list of folder present inside your music folder. And what we have created just now, we have created this learn.js May 06. Click on this for one time and then click on select folder. When you click on select folder, it will open the new window in the VS Code. This is where it opens. You can close the old one, or you can leave the old one as it is. Yeah, this old one I can close it. This is the new one where I'm able to see learning.js May 06. This is how we create a folder, and that folder you can directly inherit inside your VS Code. So I'll repeat it again. Go to the file manager, create a folder inside the file manager. Go to Studio, VS Code, click on the file, click on open folder, and it will ask you to open the folder from where you want to open. Just select the folder that you have created inside your VS Code, and then click on select folder. So are you able to see this particular folder inside your VS Code now? Gaurav, Ravi,
I think your
Saskia.
screen is
Yeah, we are
freezed.
doing.
Yes, Abhin, I can see.
Okay, let me know when Latashri and Ravi you can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Serving.
Okay, all right. So once you see the folder here, what you have to do is, if you come to the left-hand side in this particular section, you will see there is a folder, the folder that you have created. Next to the folder, we have the new file, we have the new folder, we have the refresh button, and we have the collapse the folder. So collapse folder is nothing but you'll have a number of folder here. You just want to zigzag the folder from here and there or close the folder. This is refresh, will not be using. Mostly we'll be using new file and the new folder. New folder is nothing but inside your particular folder. This is the parent folder. Inside the parent folder, you are creating few more folder. For the learning purpose, JavaScript learning, we will not be using few more folder, but inside the playwright, we'll be using a number of folder. We will see how that is working. For now, I will just create a normal file. So how do we create the file? It should always be, the parent folder should be in open state in order to create the file. When you click on this particular folder, it will get open, it will get expanded. Once it get expanded, click on this empty area and then click on the new file. When you click on new file, this is how it opens, and we will write here, we'll say the file name. So the actual file name that is followed inside the organization, inside the any organization, that is in the camel casing format. Camel casing is nothing but the first letter will start with a small letter, and the next word will start with the bigger, like capital letter. So for example, here I'll write first program dot. We have seen earlier what is the way to write the file name. It can be JS or TS. So we are learning JS. We'll go with the JS for now. And as soon as you put JS, you can see in the left hand side, it is saying JavaScript here. If you put TS, in the left hand side, you will see that it is saying that it is TypeScript program. So we'll put JavaScript, and once you click on JavaScript, it will open the first program. Now, one thing to consider here, file name should always be in camel casing. Camel casing is nothing but, so basically you have two words. Let's say there is a word called Java script. And so you have two words here. One is Java, one is script. In this case, what we'll be doing, camel casing, the first letter of this complete statement, first letter, whatever we see, will start with the small case. And next word for the next letter. For example, my name is Robin Roy. If I say Robin, and then I'll say Roy, these are the two words. So the first word will be always in the small case, small letter. And the next word, first letter, which is Roy, will be in the uppercase. This is how we follow the camel casing format of naming the file. And then you can put it as .ts or .js based on the programming language that we are selecting. I hope you understood why do I write this in the first program.js, which is in the smaller first, and then P at the middle in the capital letter, because that's the format is followed inside every organization. And we are also always supposed to write the proper format program. So in this case, what will happen is whenever tomorrow someone see that particular file or someone see your program, they will be able to understand easily like what you have written. If I write something else, suppose if I'm talking about string, and in place of string, I'm saying that variable.js. When people see the variable.js, they will think there is something written inside the code, which will be talking about the variable. But when they go inside that particular file, they will see there is something called about arrays or about the string. So that is why it is recommended to follow the camel casing format, and you should provide the reasonable and the valuable name so that people can understand what is this folder talking about as soon as they see these particular things. So that's about the installation of JavaScript, and we have installed Node, we have installed Node.js, npm, we have installed JavaScript, VS Code. Now inside the VS Code, we have n number of things. We don't have to go through all this thing. We have this editor, selection, views, go, run, terminal, help. We are not supposed to bother about anything. In the upcoming session, we will be talking about what are the extensions, what are the extensions that is needed for us during the JavaScript. During the JavaScript, we don't need any extension, but during the playwright, we need only 2 to 3 extensions that we'll see what are those in the upcoming classes. So for now, what we'll do, we will just write one program to print some value. And inside JavaScript, to print a value, if you remember, if you have any idea about the C or other programming language, we'll be using print. Sometime we'll be using print, sometime we'll use println in this way. So in JavaScript, in order to print any value, you'll be using console.log. If you don't understand now, well and good. Just understand that console.log is for printing the value in terminal. So console.log, and anything that goes inside this particular bracket, the open and close bracket, will be printed in your terminal. Now I'll say this is anything you can write inside this. This is my first program in class. Now I have written this particular console.log. And one more thing to explain here, in Java or JavaScript, in Java, C, C++, if you don't put the semicolon at the end of the line, it will throw an error, but not the case here. You can always ignore this semicolon. If you don't put JavaScript ES6 is the latest version, it will ignore those things. Those are not mandatory field to provide this semicolon. So you can see if I don't provide also, it is not throwing any error. If I provide multiple also, it will not throw any error, because these are optional things, not needed. Now, if I have to execute this particular program inside any terminal, so what are the ways we can see terminal here? On the top, in the middle of the page here, there is something called terminal. Terminal is nothing but the place where the details, execution result will be displayed. So this is terminal. When I click on terminal, it will open a pop-up kind of things, a new page or new tab, and it will say what you want to see from here. So my expectation is I want to see new terminal. I click on new terminal and it will open the terminal here. There is one way. This is the one way. We can close this one. The other way is on the right hand side, top right corner. You see there is this icon, toggle panel. When you click on this toggle panel, it will again open the same terminal. What you'll be doing, you'll be just going here and click on the toggle panel. It will open this terminal. You click it one more time, it will close the terminal. Open, close. This is how you'll be opening the terminal. The other one, when you start writing program, when you get familiar with the keyboard actions, you will be able to use mostly the way I'm telling you right now. Let me open one keyboard image. Okay, so now if you see here, we have the keyboard here, and in the keyboard, this is how the keyboard looks like. Some people might have at the left hand side, you'll see the num details, numpad here. So in the keyboard, there is this control button, and there is this below the escape, there is a button. People get confused, what is this button? So this button is called as tilt button. This button is also known as tilt button. We call it as a tilt. In JavaScript term, we call it as a template literals. And template literals we'll be using in the upcoming classes to understand how to print value using template literals. Don't get confused if you're not understanding this one. The reason why I'm telling you is not to get you confused or not to make you understand this particular thing. Just I want you to see this one. There is a control and there is a button below the escape button. So now what, in order to open the terminal, what you'll be doing, you just press the control button, press and hold, and then click on this tilt button, which is below the escape button. It will also open the terminal. Press on control and the button below the escape, which is tilt button, it will open the terminal. This is how basically you'll be using inside your application. Like whenever you will be writing, you'll get familiar with the keyboard part. So you'll just use a shortcut from here rather than going from terminal or going from here. There is no harm if you go from the terminal part, you click on terminal, open the new terminal, or if you start from here. Both the way, there are three ways to open the terminal. One is from here, one is from here, and one is from the keyboard. So this is how the terminal will open. Any question, any confusion so far in this part? Like how to create the file and what is console. We'll see more detail about the console in the later part, but for now we'll just understand how to print the value. Now inside the console, we have to print the value. I have given something inside the console.log. The actual use of the console is to print the value. It does not do anything. Anything that you feed inside the console, it will just take that value and print inside the terminal. So if I'm saying console.log, this is my first program, then this has to be printed here. I'm expecting the output to be, this is my first program in class. For that, there is a way to execute this particular code. And the way to execute the code is inside the terminal. Inside terminal, you need to start with Node, which is the Node package manager. That's the way we start executing the program, followed by the name of program .js or ts. So when I say name of the program, the entire name of the program, entire name of the file, including the extension, So don't get confused with the file name, like just it is about the first program. No, you have to include the extension as well. Even during the playwright automation testing, we will have to include the extension. So that's the complete file name you have to provide. So you can see the error here. If I say node, and if I say first program, and if I search enter, it will throw an error saying this is okay. All right. So in Node.ES 6, it's not mandatory to provide the extension. You can also provide the first file name, but always it is recommended to use node first program.js. Now in this way, what will happen when you hit the enter, it will say this is my first program in class, whatever the things you have provided. Now, for example, if I say here, let's go here and say first program.js. Now, whenever you see there is an error, see the thing is, this is working fine. It is able to print the value. I could have closed it here itself saying that, okay, value is printed, but I want you to show some error so that when you do the execution, when you see this error, you will come to know what are the root cause for this particular error. Whenever you see, there is an error called throw error. And anytime in the classes or anytime when you practice, if you come across the error, take a look at the statement that error is talking about. Read it for 2 times, read it for 3 times. You'll get the idea, you'll get basic idea what this error is all about. When it say cannot find module, you don't know what is module. You don't know anything. But basically, you know what is cannot, you know what is find. So you will get an idea that if I gave this particular line of code where I said node, which is correct, Node.js, I give the program name. I know the terminal will accept node followed by the first program, Node.js. When I set this first program, which is my file name, when I entered the hit option, it is saying that there is an error. Error is cannot find. I don't know what is module, but I know what is cannot find. So when you know I cannot find anything, you might get something that, okay, I gave something to Node.js saying that do this particular task, but he's saying that I'm not able to find this one. Then you will look into your file name properly. You'll see there is something missing here, which says program. The name is program, but here it is program. That's where you will come across that what are these errors and how to rectify these errors. But always remember, whenever there is an error displayed inside the terminal, put your concentration on understanding the error line of text here. Forget about what all these things it is displaying. You're not bothered about all this thing, where it is throwing. Now, if you see throw error, this particular thing, you'll not see anywhere it is written something called try, throw, catch, exception handling. Nothing is written. There is no word called error also here. You'll not get any idea if you start looking at these things. So what our, as a end user, as a programmer, our criteria or our actual intention should be to look at the error message that it is displaying. So here the error message is cannot find module. For now, understand that I don't know what is module, but I know what is cannot find. So basically it gives me an idea, okay, so I have given something, but it is saying that I'm not able to find that. When I'm not able to find it, then my first job is to look at the things that I have provided to Node.js. I have provided something, he's saying I'm not able to find, and there might be something wrong with my data that I have given to Node.js. That's where you look into your file name and you'll say, okay, the file name is wrong, and you'll just rectify the error and you'll execute again. And whatever it goes inside this particular file name, inside the console.log, the same will be printed here. This is my first program in class. So console.log, what is the purpose of console? Purpose of console is to print the value inside terminal. Just in one line. In future also, if someone asks you, this is the question that they might ask you in the interview. If you say I'm fresher in the way, right? They'll ask you how do you print the value inside the terminal. You can say by using console.log. They'll ask you what is the purpose of console. You can say console purpose is just to print the value inside terminal. It does not have any other purpose. It's have only single purpose, that is printing the value inside the terminal. That's it. Any questions so far on this particular things? Actually, today's class was just about the installation of software that we needed, any extension that is required for us to proceed further from tomorrow onwards when we start the JavaScript actual concept. Did you all execute this program? Did you print the value? Anyone have any error on that?
No, not yet. Try.
Okay, so give a try. Latashri and Ravi also. Give a try. And if you are facing any issue, then you can reach out to me. The most probably the issue that we'll see, you will write the node first program.js, and you will not see any output here. It will be empty. Output will not be displayed. And the reason for that is your file will not be saved. So what you need to do, whenever you write any program, it will not automatically save the file. You just have to print on Control S. I have completed this one. Now I'll go to the next one. I'll just say CLG. Forget about this for now. I'll show you the shortcut in the later part. Every file or every line of code need to be saved before execution. So I've written one more thing here. If I don't save, probably I think I have saved it. Let me see. Yeah, I have saved it. Yeah, it is getting saved for me. So when you don't save these particular things, what will happen basically, it will not print this particular line of code. So here I have written 3 lines of console.log. I will just comment these two. We'll see in the later part what is comment. I have only 1 line of code. In your case, if people are writing this particular line of code, you'll see 1 line of code there in your application. And when you see only 1 line of code, and if you don't save that particular program, for the first time, it might ask you to save. And if you run the program, you will not see this particular statement here. The things that it need to print in your terminal will not be displayed. Once it is not displaying, you can understand that I have not done the saving. What you have to do, you just have to press Control plus S. Control S for saving the file. Once you are able to save, it will be displaying the exact output here. Any question here? You will have any question on this particular file, anything like that?
One question, Robin. Can you go back to the what is this 2 slash?
Yeah, this is about
HTML?
this is about the comment. Comment is nothing but whenever the executor, the JavaScript executor start executing the code, it will see this code and it will start executing. Wherever it find there is a double slash here, forward slash, it will think this is a comment, which is nothing but the programmer who is writing the program has given the instruction to the executor that wherever you see this slash, don't execute this line of code. Just move forward. This is just for the commenting purpose. So why we'll be using comment? Now you might have a next question. Are we using comment inside our real-time example, real-time program inside the organization? Then yes, we are using this particular comment every now and then. And the reason for that is very simple. Whenever you write any code on your JavaScript or Playwright, it's not like you are the only one writing the code. Your organization can have multiple people, can have hundreds of people. Now, if I'm saying here, console.log, I'm just talking about this particular example, console.log. So the purpose is to print this value. But tomorrow, when someone comes new to this particular project, and if they see this one, they might not understand it. What is this? That is why below, above this line, we will write a comment saying that this is just for printing the value in console. When you go forward in the upcoming classes in the Playwright, we will be seeing, we'll write this comment saying that test case details are as follow. And below we'll start writing the cases. So for example, login test case. I say login related test case. So I'll say login test case details are as follow. And when you go to the next line, when you start writing the code here, you will write all the details about the login. Now tomorrow, if I look into your code or if I look into some other's code, and if I see this particular comment where it says login test details are as follow. So I understand, okay, from below this line, from here on, it is only talking about the login test details. And these details are everything about the login part. So that's about this comment. Don't get confused like what is this comment here now and anything. We'll be seeing this on the upcoming classes because we have one topic about the comment. So that's about for today. We Hey, hi Ravi. Is it because Teams is allowing only 1 hour to you people?
No,
It was just
it got dropped us.
okay. All right. So from tomorrow, what we'll be doing, basically, let me open the other file. This is not the actual file. Any question you have, you can ask Lata and Ravi.
One more question, Robin.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please.
If you can go back to the same screen. Earlier you mentioned that we can create a number of folders or files inside that.
Yes.
We created first program.js. So you mentioned that always we need to use camel casing. Sorry.
Camel casing.
So this file name, whichever file name we will create, it will be up to us, like what we have to give the name or command, or what if sometimes the file name is already given, and if it is not, if it is a single word or if it is more than 2 words, then.
So whenever the file name you provide, if the file name is already present here, you will not be providing the same file name. It will not allow you to provide the same file name.
Okay.
And it is not recommended to use the same file name because, for example, assume that there is one more file name here, saying you try to create a new file name .js. It will give you a suggestion saying that a file or folder with this particular name is already exist at the location. Please choose a different name. So basically what actually happens is, assume that if JavaScript allows you to create a file with the same name, not tomorrow, in this particular first program.js, you have a statement called console.log, which prints the value. And in the another same folder, you have one more folder called first program.java, where you are writing about the addition of two number. If you go to terminal and if you start executing, now terminal will get confused. Should I have to start this particular program or should I have to start the next particular program? Because both folder, both the file has got the same name, and Node.js will not be able to understand which file I am supposed to execute. Now, if I tell you, if I give you two similar food, for example, consider that I've given you two food. The food A is biryani, food B is also a biryani. Same biryani, there is no change. And I'll ask you, Gaurav, can you start eating? Now you'll think which one I have to eat. You might get a question like, okay, you are asking me to eat. Is both are same thing? Am I supposed to eat both the same thing? Is it both the things are only for me? Because both are same thing. Like when a person is provided with the same thing within multiple quantity, the first question we'll get, I think it might be for someone else also, because same thing cannot be provided to me multiple times. Same way happens to the Node.js also. It will say, okay, there is already a first program.js. There is also a first program.js. Now it is asking me to execute the first program.js. Now, which program should I execute? Should I execute this particular file or should I execute next particular file? To overcome this issue, it is not allowing you to write the same program file, same file name multiple times. That's the one question, one thing. And before I close this session, do you guys have another 4 to 5 minutes?
Yes.
Ravi, I know you are going to office from far location. Do you have any problem?
No, you can continue. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you see currently, this is the parent folder. Inside the parent folder, we have first program.js. If I close this parent folder, that particular program is closed. You, in the upcoming classes, in the JavaScript and other classes, and in the playwright classes, you will be also seeing about the creation of different folder. Now, for example, let's assume that I'm here, I'm creating a new folder called basic folder. I'm just creating a basic. When I created a basic, now this particular basic and the first program is inside my JavaScript learning JS May 06 program, 06 folder. This is acting as a parent. This is acting as a child. And this is first program.js is inside my direct parent. It is not inside the child of parent. It is inside my direct parent. If I execute this program, it will work fine for now. First program.js, it will give me the particular output. Give me a second, I'll just clear this one. Now, I will just move this first program inside the basic. When I move the program to the basic, it will say, are you sure you want to move first program.js into basic? I'll say move it. Now, if I close the basic, the first program is also getting hidden. What does that mean? earlier, the first program was inside this particular folder. So it means that learning.js May06 was the parent of this program, this file. Now basic is the parent of this file. Now if I start executing, if I just go here, if I say node, and then I'll talk about the first program dot JS. It is throwing an error saying that cannot find module. Now you have seen this particular error multiple times. First time when you have provided the wrong name, whenever you provide the wrong name here, wrong file name, you'll see this particular error, cannot find module. And the second thing is why the Node.js is giving this error is he's saying that whatever the details, whatever the file name you have given to me for execution purpose, I don't find it. It's not present inside this particular folder anywhere. Now you might get a question here that earlier I understand I have given the wrong program name, so it was not able to find it. But now there is something called first program.js. It is already present. There is also the first program.js present inside the folder list, but still it is saying cannot find the module. The reason for that is, if you see here, the path, it is saying, I am following this particular path. Node.js is telling to the user, so this is the path I am following, which is user, my user, inside the music, inside learn.js, and then first program. When I follow this particular path, inside this path, I don't find this particular name. Node first program.js, I'm not able to find inside this particular path. Now the thing is, we need to look into this path. We are into the learning.js folder, and then we are directly going to first program.js. But earlier it was inside the learning.js folder, but now it is inside the basic. So in that case, what we have to do, we have to go to first basic folder. Assume in this way, understand in this way, you have a relative. You're going to a relative, you have some product. So for example, your relative stays in foreign country and they have bought some, for example, iPhone they bought for you. But that iPhone is inside your relative house. It is not inside your house for now. He has come from the foreign, he is staying in his house and he has got the iPhone there. Now, in order to get that iPhone, you cannot just directly access from your home. You have to go to your relative home, which is basic. And from there, you have to take your product and come back. Same thing Node.js will do. For Node.js also, we are saying, you are right now in this particular parent folder, go back to the child folder, and then you check. And in order to go back to the child folder, what we do, there is a command called cd. Okay, so if you give cd minus, it will come back to the parent folder. You have to give cd, and here we'll provide learning JS May 06. Okay, so earlier also we are on the same folder. Initially you will be on this particular file. Now you have to provide cd and where you want to go. You might have multiple file here. Currently we have basic. Tomorrow you'll have test data. You will have utils. You'll have login data. So all those folder will be present. Now you will tell your Node.js at the time of execution to go to this particular folder. So here we are saying go to basic, basics, cd basics. Now you see your path has changed. It went to user, particular user. It went to the folder where you have created. It went to the parent folder, and from parent folder, it went to the child folder. Now here, if I execute first program.js, it's a node. This is first program.js. It is not program.js. So it is saying what is the particular value it need to print. This is because we have provided the wrong name here. It is node program.js, but actually the name is first program.js. Now you might get a question here that what happen if I want to come back from this particular basic to the learning May folder? Nothing, you just have to print cd and 2 dots, 1, 2. When you click on cd, 2 dots, it will go back to the parent folder. You can see here, the actual, it was in the basics. So earlier example, if you think you went to your relative house, you're in the relative house, you took the product and you came back to your own house. Now your house is displaying the particular path. It's not displaying the basic. So for the understanding purpose, how to navigate between the different folder, I have explained you, but for now, for learning purpose, just let it be normally like inside the outside this particular folder. So I will just delete this folder. It will get deleted. Don't worry. Now if I search with the first program.js, see this thing, this is my first program in class. Any question you have here, whatever we have seen today, we have seen the installation part. I will provide the notes for each and every topic. You don't have to make a notes inside the class. If you think you have to make a notes, well and good, it's not a problem. I'll be also writing most of the text in this format at the time of explaining. You will be getting the recording for this session inside the same team chats, and I'll also be sharing this recording on your Gmail ID. I'll just share the folder drive link, and you should be able to access from there. I will also upload this on the YouTube channel. Probably you can just go to the YouTube, and from there also you should be able to view, because basically in the Teams it will only have the expiry date of 30 days. Post that it will get expired from the Teams chat. In any question you people have, Gaurav, Lata, Ravi, if you have any question on the basic part like installation part, how do we write the program name, how to navigate between the different folder, I'm here to help you on that.
Just this one which you explained now, like basics. You add CD and then write the name. So what does CD stands for, and why do we add that?
CD for traversing. Whenever you use CD in the whenever you use CD dot this one, we are saying to the Node.js that traverse through this particular directory. So basically it is nothing but the, give me a second here, I'll write it down. So CD stand for change in directory. Change in directory. So we are telling to the Node.js that my directory is not right now, this is a folder. You go and change this particular directory. So your current path is this particular path where you are right now in the basic. Just change the directory and go back to the parent folder. When you say change directory ... it will go back to the parent folder. When you say CD followed by the folder name, it will go to that particular folder. So actually the CD is a short form, but actual name is change directory.
Okay, got it.
Or in terms of understanding in the layman term, you can say change the folder.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Any other question people have? Ravi and Lata.
No.
This is just about the installation part, and from tomorrow we will be going through these topics. We'll just understand a little bit about testing and what is automation testing, and then we'll start with the JS intro. Not much to explain here, just a basic thing like what is ES6 version, what are the advantages we have here, and we will also look for the variables. Earlier Gaurav was asking about comments. We have one session where we'll be talking about one complete topic on the comments. We have data types and we have these. I was talking about template literals. You can see here there is a template literals topic. So we will slowly proceed further. We'll start with the variable. Classes will be every day from Monday to Friday, 7 to 8. Probably sometime it will get extended to 8:15, 8:20. Sorry, I started little late today, so it went till 8:30. But mostly it will be from 7 o'clock. You'll not get delayed on that. 5 minutes can be here and there, but it will be from the 7 o'clock. Another thing, just to see here. Can you guys see this chat? Do you have access to this particular chat?
Yes.